The shoe industry is a sector that plays a crucial role in our economy. Currently, 95% of the world population wears shoes. And in my world, unless you're at the beach, it's 100%. But in my world, who dominates the shoe stock market? Let's get fitted for this video right now. Hey everyone, Tom here. Today I'm talking about shoes, or more importantly, shoe stocks. Now, shoes aren't just a necessity, they're also a fashion statement, and that makes this industry one of the most competitive in the world. So, first, I want to talk about shoe stocks, and the ones I'm going to take are from the dozens that are out there. I'm going to take just the stocks that trade options. So, when we look at the optional shoe stock list, it looks like this. These are, in my mind, the top 10 that come up. Now, we got stocks like Nike, Skechers, Crocs, Steve Madden, Under Armour, even Deckers. Now, we all know them by their specific brands. But for the rest, VF, well, that's a global company, but it owns the Timberland brand, which is best known for its footwear. Wolverine Worldwide, well, they not only manufacture Wolverine boots, but they also own the Merrell and Saucony lines. And Genesco, well, they operate Journeys, which sells the Johnston Murphy line. So, like my father-in-law used to say, who's the best? Well, I want to break this down into two best in shoe categories. The strongest trends, and for you option traders, who's the cheapest? Now, you're going to find out some really interesting and ironic things for the rest of this video. So let's go ahead and get going with the top 10 shoe company list. I want to rearrange it to see who's on top and what shoe is about to drop. So here you go. And the first thing you need to know is that nobody on this list is actually hitting year-to-date highs or lows. Remember, these aren't tech stocks. They sell shoes. But looking at the list, you can see that on the far right, 100, a score of 100 would be I'm hitting year-to-date highs right now. And at the bottom, a score of 0 would mean I'm hitting year-to-date lows right now. Now, when I glance at that, I see Steve Madden, VF, and Wolverine. They're all at year-to-date highs. At the bottom, Nike stands alone, with everybody else in the middle just slightly above year-to-date averages. So let's look at the first and last place on this list. So best in shoe category has got to go to Steve Madden. Take a look at this chart. Now, you can see here we're in a bullish triangle right now as it's close to its year-to-date highs. This stock, its year-to-date highs are just above $47. If it breaks out and if it follows this pattern, the apex of this triangle could push it into the low 50s before year's end. Right now, it has a resistance right there at that year-to-date high of around $47. And if we're looking at the worst shoe, then that fit's got to go to Nike. Take a look at the chart of Nike. Now, a couple things we see here is that it's in a downtrend, as you can see. You see all the red arrows on the screen? Those first three arrows are what happened to Nike after their earnings reports. And they actually met, or even in some cases exceeded earnings. It was their outlooks that caused the stocks to drop, right? We've got an earnings report coming out at the end of September. And, right now the trend's down, but that latest move up in August, well, that's due to a lot of value buyers coming in thinking that Nike is trading at a great PE ratio. Are they correct? Well, fundamentally, Nike needs a decent quarter for that to be true. We're likely to find that out by the end of September. Otherwise, the bears got this one going below 70. Now, let's take that top 10 list and reshuffle it one more time. This list is a list of the stocks ranked by their 30 to 60-day options volatility. That basically means we're looking at that near money options premium, and we're looking at what it's been at over the last year and where it is right now. At first glance, all the way to the right, I see one stock with expensive options up there with a 90.01, and I see one at the very bottom with a 7.92. Now, once again, 100 is as expensive as it's been for the year, and 0 means it's as cheap as it's been for a year. It's interesting when you look at these two names, Isn't it something that Nike's at the top this time and Steve Madden's at the bottom? Nike, looking at the chart, tells me that it is just off its yearly highs in options volatility. Now, if I'm trading Nike and I want to be an option trader, I would be best to look at selling options premium because they're near money options. They're expiring in the next 60 days. They're expensive. Now, likewise, take a look at the volatility of Steve Madden. If I'm trading shoe, I want to be an option buyer because their 30 to 60 day near money options are cheap right now compared to where they've been. In summary, like I said, shoes are not only a necessity, but they're also an identity statement, and one could argue an investment if you're a collector of shoes. Now, despite challenges like labor rights, to start, the shoe industry continues to evolve, continues to adapt, and continues to meet customer demands. These guys aren't going anywhere, but who's going somewhere? Well, I hope the video helped, and leave a comment if the shoe fits. Well, if the stock fits, you know what to do. See you on the next one.